Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to the WWE 2K15 Universe Mode, and this, which is episode number 12 of the WWF Attitude Raw is War roster. Let's have a quick look at the card we've got set for you tonight. We're going to have a debut here in the Attitude roster as Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin of Team Angle will take on Finlay and Lord Steven Regal. In our second match, we'll see Sting take on Kevin Nash. Then we'll see CM Punk take on Stone Cold Steve Austin in an Extreme Rules match. The Rock will take on Scott Hall, who's been handpicked by The Rock's rival at the moment, Hulk Hogan. And then our main event will see Shawn Michaels face The Undertaker, a match that we will see in 3 days' time at No Mercy. But at No Mercy, it will be for the WWF Championship. So let's get straight into our first match. And here we go, we're going to start off with Charlie Haas and Finlay in the ring. Charlie Haas with a great start with that neck breaker. Kurt Angle bringing these two guys back to this Attitude roster. Part of Team Angle. Angle, the former WWF champion in this roster. I think the belt has actually changed hands 3 times so far in a Retro roster. Have we had 3 pay-per-views though? I think we have. Have we? So I'm lost again now. I know yes, we've had 2 pay-per-views. That's what it was. The Rock started the Universe Mode with the championship, lost it at the very first pay-per-view to Kurt Angle, and then Kurt Angle lost it in that 6-man Elimination Chamber match at the King of the Ring to Shawn Michaels. Now Shawn Michaels obviously has the Undertaker to deal with at No Mercy in 3 days' time. As it's now Regal versus Shelton Benjamin in the ring. And we still haven't nailed down our Tag Team Championship match at No Mercy as yet. A convincing win here for either of these two teams. Could see them in that match. Especially Haas and Benjamin making their debut here. A victory over the former champions could definitely push them into the spotlight, should we say. Great suplex there by William Regal. Regal now whipped into the corner of the world's greatest tag team as they whip Regal off. And there's the double over the top slam. Regal drops down hard. Haas following up that elbow drop. Brings Regal back to his feet. The drop kick to the side of the head of William Regal. Again, Haas bringing Regal back to his feet, and then there's that big suplex. That could be all. Shelton Benjamin in. Takes Finlay off the apron. 1, 2, 3, and that's a victory here for the debuting world's greatest tag team as part of Team Angle. Kurt Angle's definitely got these two guys working very well together. And this was that big suplex to finish it off for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Finlay was just trying to get in the ring as the referee brought his hand down for the 3. Good victory here, though, for the world's greatest tag team. This, as I've said, is probably the most in-depth tag team divisions we've got. This alongside Ring of Honor. Maybe if you guys have any suggestions who you'd like to see face NWO for the tag team championships at No Mercy, just drop it in the comment section below. And as long as there's something there before I've recorded it, then we'll make sure that match is done. And our second match this evening will be Sting taking on Kevin Nash. And here we go, Kevin Nash with a big boot to start things off. Kevin Nash, of course, one half of the current tag team champions. They won the belts at the first pay-per-view we had, which I think was Judgment Day. Don't hold me to that. No, it was Backlash, wasn't it? Backlash. Yeah, they won the belts at Backlash against the British Bruisers, we just saw in the previous match. They have successfully defended it a couple of times since then. Notably, the last one was at the King of the Ring pay-per-view when they defended it against Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray. Elbow to the back of the shoulder there by Kevin Nash on Sting. Sting with a belly to belly. Kevin Nash tripping Sting. Now stomp to the inside of the leg. As I would have said, we're not 100% sure yet who's going to face NWO at No Mercy. I think I got what the pay-per-view was already there for a second. Sting with the headlock now, just slamming the arm of Nash down across his shoulder. There's a scoop slam. Sting spins Nash around and Irish whips him. Nash fighting back, and there's the neck breaker. Nash bringing Sting back to his feet via his throat. And that was a huge, huge punch. That could be a knockout punch. Kevin Nash pulls Sting into the centre of the ring, goes to the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Sting kicks out. That was a hell of a punch that. I thought that could have been all. Nash has thrown Sting down to the floor, face first. And Nash just has Sting up and slams him down. Nash pulls Sting back in centre of the ring, but Sting back up to his feet. Nash makes his way to the outside. Nash regaining his breath as Sting now slides out to meet Nash on the outside. These two guys just both staring at each other. Not quite sure what's happening. Sting finally catches Nash and hits him in the atomic drop. Referee's count got to a certain point and then these two guys finally kicked back in. Sting makes his way back into the ring, as does Nash. Nash with the boot to the stomach now picks Sting up. Sting fights his way back though and hits Nash with that backbreaker. Nash is whipping Sting straight over the top rope again to the outside. Now Nash goes outside to join Sting. And there's that huge punch again. Oh, God. Not only the punch, Sting gets hit with a jackknife powerbomb on the outside. Kevin Nash brings Sting back to his feet again. Sting just throwing Nash back into the ring. Sting got hit with that big punch in the head and then sold it so well that he went through the announce table. I can't even keep a straight face while I say it. Sting can't have much left in his locker now. He's been hit with 2 of them big knockout punches. And a jackknife powerbomb on the outside. And then that huge fallaway slam just adds insult to injury. Nash is slamming Sting's knee down to the mat, going for the pin. This has got to be all, surely. No, Sting still kicks out. Sting showing some fantastic resilience. But Kevin Nash brings Sting up. Powerbombs him into the centre of the ring. 2 knockout punches and 2 powerbombs. Good night, Sting. So Kevin Nash victorious here. This is where Sting really well sold the knockout punch. And went through the announce. Oh, I gotta see it twice. Through the announce table he went. And it's the jackknife powerbomb on the debris of that table, straight onto that wooden plank. Nash thought he had the victory as he pulled Sting back into the ring, but only for a 2 count. And then Nash hits Sting with another jackknife, which you're not going to see, for the 3 count. Great win here for Kevin Nash. Definitely needed that. It's really going to help him as well. Moving into the Tag Team Championship match he's going to have at No Mercy in 3 days' time. It's a big victory to have under his belt to move into that match with. Let's see if Scott Hall can do the same later on as he faces off against The Rock. And match 3 this evening is going to see CM Punk take on Stone Cold Steve Austin in an Extreme Rules match. Austin offering his hand to CM Punk before this match starts. Oh, and it was a trick all along. Trick all along. Austin with a boot to the stomach of CM Punk. Maybe this is an Extreme Rules match as well, so it is no holds barred. Pinfalls and submissions must take place within the ring. However, weapons are allowed. There's no countouts. So this one could get messy, people. CM Punk with the... I was going to go for the neck breaker there on Austin, but just chops across his chest. Now CM Punk hits the neck breaker. I know it's a bit odd to have CM Punk in this Attitude roster, but my Attitude roster here is based sort of from about 97 to about 2005 or something like that. I probably should put CM Punk back in the current day roster. Maybe that's something we'll do for the next pay-per-view, but with Punk no longer in the WWE, I thought it'd be a better chance to give some of the other guys a chance in my roster. As CM Punk's looking in the ring for a weapon, but Austin catches him with the baseball slide as he comes out of the ring. Now the strikes on the outside, but Punk manages to fight back, and there's the neck breaker on the outside. Remember, Austin's had work done on his neck in the past, several operations. So these neck breakers can't be helping at all. It's an elbow to the side of the face. There's a fan in the front row trying to hand it over his guitar to CM Punk. Austin back under the ring. CM Punk get a bit of time, then comes out to join him. Austin has a table. Punk manages to get Austin to drop it, and Austin with a neck breaker of his own. And Austin just kicking a mud hole, or stomping a mud hole, should we say, into CM Punk. Punk looking for a weapon, but Austin catches him, brings him back to his feet. The two guys trade strikes on the outside. Punk throws Austin back into the ring. Now again, Punk under the ring looking for a weapon. Austin slides back out, and Punk had a chair, but Austin takes the chair straight out of his hands. Throws him back into the ring. Stunner. Austin hits the stunner out of nowhere. Going for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and that's all. Punk was trying to get a weapon. Stone Cold threw him back into the ring and just hits him with a stunner out of nowhere. Here it is. As soon as Punk got back to his feet, Austin got right in his face and hit him with that stunner. In for the 3 count. Great victory for Austin. Moving into the No Mercy pay-per-view. He will be facing off against CM Punk there again, because his game is not the most imaginative when it comes to thinking up storylines. Big momentum boost for Austin. Maybe he could be the guy who goes to the championship after No Mercy. And match number 4 this evening will be The Rock taking on Scott Hall. On Hogan attacking The Rock during his entrance. Hollywood Hulk Hogan handpicked Scott Hall as The Rock's opponent. And now he attacks him during his entrance as well. And the first thing Scott Hall does is take the top off the announce table. We are going to see Rock versus Hogan at No Mercy. And Scott Hall seems determined here to make sure The Rock doesn't get there in one piece. Scott Hall picks The Rock up. Gets him up in a pile driver through the announce table. Scott Hall hitting a pile driver through the announce table. On the Rock. The Rock straight back to his feet as they normally do. Would have been great if that finishes the 10 count. It really would. But the Rock straight back up with a Samoan drop on Scott Hall, who's dressed up to the eyeballs in his Razor Ramon gear. Razor now starting to take a bit more control. The Rock has got to have taken a hell of a lot of damage from going through that announce table early on. But at the moment he's still fighting back. Scott Hall bringing the Rock in. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Scott Hall now throwing the Rock against the turnbuckle. Grabs him for the German suplex, where Rock fights his way out with the back elbows. Two guys lock up in the middle of the ring. And Scott Hall locking in the full Nelson submission. There's a good chance the Rock will tap out this after being pile driven through the announce table. More damage to the shoulders and back, but Rock fights his way out. And now Rock with a vertical suplex on Scott Hall. Now just stomping a mud hole of his own. DDT by the Rock. Scott Hall with a punch to the stomach. And then comes running towards the Rock, who catches him in that sort of belly-to-belly slam. Or belly-to-belly suplex, shall I say. Rock again with a DDT. And just Rock stomping again away at the chest of Scott Hall. And another, I think it was going for another vertical suplex, but Scott Hall reverses into that neck breaker. Goes to the pin. 1, 2, 3, and that's all. The Rock took a lot of damage early on, getting attacked during his entrance by Hulk Hogan, then getting pile driven through the announce table as he did. It was only a matter of time before The Rock was going to lose this match. And eventually it was this neck breaker that did it, I think. Taking Rock down for the 3 count. A lot of damage done to the neck with that power driver. And Hogan, as you can see, staring down the Rock from the top. Rock wants Hogan down there, but Hogan thinks he'll wait for No Mercy this Sunday. And our main event this evening will see the current WWF champion Shawn Michaels take on the #1 contender, The Undertaker. And here we go with our main event. I've got a bit of a bug going on my game at the moment. I'm not quite sure why it is. But this is the first time I'm about to record this match now because The Undertaker keeps using other people's moves. In the previous one, he won the match with the Worm. I've been out, I checked his moveset, and the Worm is nowhere to be found in his moveset. Then he played another match and he won it with a people's elbow. So there's a bug somewhere. I've just reset his entire moveset, so hopefully that would have got rid of the bug. Seems to be looking okay at the moment. Remember, this match will also be taking place at No Mercy in 3 days' time. But the No Mercy match will be for the WWF Championship. So whoever wins this match is going to have a huge momentum boost going into that pay-per-view. Step up in Seguri now by The Undertaker. It's an interesting one. I basically just copied the current day Undertaker's moveset onto this Undertaker now, so I don't know why 2K have put a step up in Seguri in there. I may be wrong, I've never seen him do that myself, and I may be wrong. But then again, just look at John Cena's moveset. Shawn Michaels locking in the figure 4 leg lock on Taker. Taker was too close to the ropes, so the referee makes him break the hold. Shawn Michaels now gets the Undertaker up. Pile driver. Shawn Michaels hits the Undertaker with a pile driver. Brings him back to his feet. And now a fisherman suplex. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. I've just figured out why it's called a fisherman's suplex, because you hook the leg. I don't know if that's right or not, I've just made that up. Taker flips his way back to his feet, as you do, as the Undertaker. I'm still worried this bug is still in full force here. Should see the Undertaker like pull off a 450 or something. Shawn Michaels willing Taker back to his feet, and Taker just throws him straight at the top of his head. Catches Michaels. Michaels reverses into that Russian leg sweep. Now for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Very close to 3 though. Michaels that punch. There's the big atomic drop. Taker reversing with that twist of the arm. I thought Michaels had a sweet chin music available. Either way, Michaels with another fisherman's suplex, hook in the leg, and that's it. HBK wins this match. And I'm just very, very confused now about... It almost seems like instead of going for sweet chin music, Shawn Michaels went for a Superman punch, which has worried me. And then to finish the match, he used a perfect plex. So is this bug still in full effect here? Yeah, perfect plex. It might just be a coincidence that Shawn Michaels used the Northern Light suplex to win the match, and I'm just thinking too much of it. Shawn Michaels offering his hand out, and Taker's not having any of it. Taker knows that he's lost today, but today is not what's important. What's important is their main event match at No Mercy. Well, anyway, guys, that is the end of this episode of the WWF Attitude Era brand here in my universe mode. Be sure to check out the description below, and you will find links to all of the other brands that I'm currently running. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, especially if you did get this far, and I've been Shabby Gamer. Goodbye. Hope to see you next time.